Captain Clifford Jolley shot down his first Soviet MiG on his 31st birthday, and by the fall of 1952, Jolley had 7 confirmed kills and 13 possibles, becoming the Air Force's 18th jet ace and the only ace from the Utah Air National Guard in the Korean War. A native of Cleveland, Ohio, Jolley joined the U.S. Army Air Corps and became a military pilot in 1942. Shortly thereafter, he met and married his wife, Millie, in Salt Lake City. During his 12-year career as a fighter pilot, Jolley flew multiple types of aircraft and fought in 2 major wars. His first tour of duty in World War II was flying a P-38 Lightning with the 18th Fighter Squadron in the Aleutian Islands of Alaska. Upon his return home, Jolley worked as an airplane mechanic and flight instructor in California. He later served in both the California and Utah Air National Guards, where he completed jet training and spent time as a gunnery instructor. In 1948, Jolley began flying the new F-86 Sabre, America's first swept-wing jet fighter designed to counter the deadly Soviet MiG-15.
Fighter bombers blast brown targets in Korea. But overhead there is high drama as Sabre jets flying cover tangle with red MiGs at more than 10 miles a minute. One tries evasive action, but the Sabre pilot gets it in his sights and flies through the smoke as his wingman clobbers another red who starts down.
In 1950, North Korea invaded the South, launching a deadly conflict that ultimately involved China and the Soviet Union fighting for the North Koreans. The United States and its UN allies joined together to fight the communist aggression. Jolley volunteered for active duty in Korea, joining a squadron that flew missions over enemy territory. The pilots knew that they were at risk of being shot down and captured by the North Koreans. But Captain Jolley was fearless. He had full confidence in both his aircraft and himself. North Korean MiGs were flown primarily by Soviet pilots, whose skills in dogfighting were superior to those of the less experienced North Korean and Chinese pilots who sometimes flew them. Although the MiG-15 was a lighter and faster aircraft than the F-86, it was only as good as the men who flew it. Captain Jolley was confident that the Americans would have the upper hand. Having shot down his first MiG on his 31st birthday in May of 1952, Captain Jolley began a long 7 months of heated battles in the skies above the Korean peninsula. When it was over, he had logged 7.5 confirmed kills and had heavily damaged several Soviet MiGs. His 5th kill, which qualified him as an ace, was shot down while he was patrolling a treacherous area near the Yalu River, known as MiG Alley. On the 4th of July that summer, Jolley was forced to eject from his damaged F-86 after saving his wingman from a deadly MiG. He and the wingman both bailed out into the Yellow Sea. Jolley was rescued by helicopter, but the other pilot wasn't so lucky. Captain Jolley broke 2 vertebrae and his tailbone in the ejection and severely injured his left arm. Sore but grateful to be alive, Captain Jolley resumed flying for 4 more months, then returned home to his family. For his service, Captain Jolley was awarded the Silver Star, the Purple Heart, 4 Distinguished Flying Crosses, and 3 Air Medals. He felt embarrassed by the awards and believed that he was just doing his patriotic duty as a military pilot. Following his service in Korea, Cliff Jolley became a test pilot for the Northrop Corporation. Unfortunately, his flying career came to an untimely end shortly thereafter when he was diagnosed with diabetes at age 33. Heartbroken but undaunted, Jolley began a new career as a designer and architect. His sense of humor and desire to serve carried him throughout his life, but it is his bravery and leadership during 7 hard months of aerial battles in the skies above Korea that cemented his legacy as a legendary fighter pilot.